Evolution. It has been a major theme in Pokemon since the very first games, and now Nintendo is trying to push that theme onto the continuity of the franchise itself rather than its core principles. So the real question, is this really an evolution of the 17-year-old franchise, and does it take it in the right direction? If you've played any main Pokemon game before, a majority of the game will be instantly familiar to you. The same random encounters, battle mechanics, story mechanics, character progression, and game progression are still in place. You still pick a starter from 3 Pokemon and then go through 8 gyms, fighting rivals and an evil team based on wreaking havoc down upon the region. Nothing has evolved here, nor should it. The formula has proven time and time again that if given a new setting, story, and characters, it almost feels brand new. I would like to see some innovation as to how the game progresses, and more of an open setting where the world is open, rather than having to do one specific task at one specific time. There is also a new camera system, and it works great everywhere else than the main city, where it's rather disorienting. The best part about this new game, though, is how it does not try to shove the new Pokemon in your face. This is one of the smallest changes to the Pokemon roster through the generations, and unlike the previous generation, most of the Pokemon are great, especially Hawlucha. Hawlucha is awesome. Mega Evolutions work in a way that balance each other out, as you can only Mega Evolve 1 Pokemon per battle. This adds a whole new level of strategy to the game. My friend might have a team of fire Pokemon, but I could evolve my Blastoise and have a greater chance against him. This is the main franchise's debut on the 3DS, and ironically the games are held back by the very system that was supposed to propel them forward. If you start the game expecting a full 3D experience, prepare to be disappointed. The majority of the game is 2D only, which includes the world and menus. Battles are in 3D, however that only includes one-on-one battles, and even those lag greatly with the 3D turned on. That aside, the game does look fantastic. Instead of going for the glossy cartoon look of its recent console counterparts, this version sticks for more of a drawn cartoon, using black lines around the characters and some cell shading. This does look like a less realistic version of Pokemon, but more like the older games that they were brought to life. There is also a more dynamic camera, which, besides some minor issues, looks fantastic and provides scenic views that show off the game's beauty well. There is no way around saying this. The story sucks. The good news out of this is that you don't really need to care too much. The lackluster 3 plots contain the adventures of a group of friends who just pop in and out at random, a new enemy team for the region that you have no real motivation to dislike throughout all of your encounters, and a lackluster reason for tackling the Elite Four and wanting to be the very best. The game tries to deal with some mature themes later on that don't really work for it very well, such as dealing with loss, which was really awkward to see in a happy children's game such as Pokemon. The good news about the story is that it is presented marvelously. There are some comic-like cutscenes, and great new animations with 3D models instead of overhead sprites like in previous Pokemon games. I just feel this could have been a breakthrough when it comes to storytelling in the franchise, but it just felt like a slightly below average Pokemon movie. This is where the game truly starts to shine. The overall structure of the game, the new mechanics added, and the ease of accessing local and online features have been improved from previous generations. Even though the 3DS doesn't have an online party system or even a true messaging system, they built chat systems into the game. Players can get boosts in order to give it to their friends and invite them to battles, trades, or chats straight from the game. A majority of the time, unlike with other Nintendo games, I didn't have to use Skype as my primary source of communication while battling or wanting to communicate with friends. The best part of this new system is that it is invitation-based, so players don't need to call each other up and plan ahead, unlike other 3DS games such as Animal Crossing and Mario Kart. Also, all the online and local features can be accessed from the touchscreen, instead of having to jump through loops to fly to a town or a city to trade or go to a Pokemon Center to have a battle. It's super convenient. My one complaint is that Street Pass is woefully misused, as it only tags trainers that you pass by on the street, but provides no real player interaction between them. Pokemon has never been about the graphics or the storytelling. It has always been about the adventure and the gameplay. If you are not expecting much more than another new Pokemon generation, you will love X and Y. As a longtime Pokemon fan, I was hooked from the start. The problem with the game was not that it was below the standards of the franchise, but that it only met them. This will sit on top with the best of them, but it's not the best of them. And that's why I'm giving Pokemon X and Y an 8.3 out of 10. For more videos, reviews, previews, and other awesome stuff, keep it locked here at the Gaming Vlog Network channel. We're going to have many more reviews coming in as the holiday season kicks in, so stay tuned. We're going to have some great content for you. If you haven't already, check out the subscribe button below. We've got some great stuff here on this channel, and we try to keep it updated as often as we can. Thanks, we love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.